part 2. First off, I just want to say if you watch my last video, hopefully I don't delete it, I bring up animals that have scales that run the planet. How code-worded could I make this that are from another planet? Animals that have scales from another planet rule our planet. See if it pops up this time. Like, see what I'm saying? Anyway, I brought that up! And then they had to have their stupid little Wikipedia factoid checker pop up to make you question that's all BS. Oh, only conspiracy theorists talk about that stuff. You know, that day and age is gone. Sorry, there's like millions of us on the planet that know about this shit now. I mean, with all the people at the highest organizations talking about it, it's kind of hard to back off. With billionaires talking about it, it's kind of hard for us to back off. Anyway, I made a comment and it took it off, so I figured I'd make a video. I wanted to say that if they don't put a computer chip in your brain or in your hands, just know that nanobot technology, I don't care about Elon Musk's stupid fake robots that come out like this. Bro, the technology that we have in places that you don't even know about, like deep underground military bases, DUMBs, they call them, the technology level is alien. I mean, it's so advanced, it's retarded. It makes everything else look retarded. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like, the level of technology and how advanced it is on this planet, mind-boggling. So with that said, if it comes in the form of a vaccine, stop taking vaccines! They're bad for you. I don't care if you shot up your kids and now you have some weird ego pride trip that you can't admit you're wrong. That sucks. Get over it. They're bad. All the evidence in the world shows it. The only evidence that doesn't show it is what's produced 90% of the time, which is on advertisements. When I was walking in Safeway, don't forget to shoot your kids up with the vaccine. It's just the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Again, like I said, I'm lucky. I heard a multi-billionaire who's like, we don't do that. None of you guys do that? All you guys who run the planet don't do that? Fuck no. Kevin Trudeau, you don't do that? No, none of us. None of us. None of them. They might lie and say they do. They don't do that. Of course they wouldn't do that. It's just so bad for you. Are you kidding me? I literally was watching this chick at the doctor's office, and they're like, yeah, your hormones, this is why you haven't had a period in 3 months. Your hormone levels got fucked up. She just went down the line of every single thing it fucked up. It didn't do anything good. It just fucked her up in all different kinds of ways. So anyway, avoid vaccines. They're bad for you. They're horrible for you. It's weird. It's kind of trippy. It's like, you don't believe in spiritual warfare. Let me tell you something. When you look at toxic people, they like do everything on the fucking list. They'd be like doing drugs, caffeine, they take the vaccines. You know, like they just do every fucking thing on the list. Like everything that could be on a list that isn't of God, they like do. You know, like my mom, yeah, vaccines. You know, it's like, oh, you got a little stupid eye robot that cleans the floors in your house. Yeah, I bet you would. You're just like falling in line with it. It's just like really crazy. I'm not hating my mom. I love my mom. I just hate the Jezebel spirit that keeps fucking with me through her. Anyway. Repeating biblical lines back at me. I'm like, that's literally in the Bible about like Satan doing. They don't even do anything different. Isn't that crazy? Like, they don't even do anything different. You can go to China and there's some mom in China or dad in China doing the same shit to their kids. It's like the same procedure. Anyway, so I don't really know exactly. Part of me thinks that once you get this vaccine with the nanobot technology or the microchip, these demons are going to have a better access to you. And what are these demons? Well, you can get into it. Like I said, they intertwine with aliens too. So, which is so stupid how all these topics are hard for you to believe. Like, how are they hard for you to believe? You're fucking watching me on a cell phone right now. I hear a plane. Like this big ass piece of metal above my head going like hundreds of miles an hour. I can hear it right now. What the fuck do you mean you don't believe in this shit? Are you fucking like retarded? You know, I remember the first time I saw a flying triangle. Those are apparently man-made. They're not aliens. I think those are man-made, but they move like an alien spaceship. They have the same technology. And I remember I saw it at my buddy Jake's house. I was doing the CE5 technique Stephen Greer talks about. So if you don't believe in aliens, did you know you could go outside and think thought forms, and they pick up on it, and they know you're trying to see them, and they'll fly in. They'll shine a light at you. You'll be looking at one, and you'll think left, and they'll move left and right and up and down, and you think it. That way they know that you know that we're talking to each other. They do that. Anyway, not all of them are good. Well, my first time I ever had a negative experience, I remember I saw this alien ship. It was at Jake's house, and it shined a light at me. And I had this horrible fucking feeling hit me. And my first thought was it flagged me. Like, it was like there's a guy. There's a guy trying to talk to good aliens, whatever. This is a bad alien, if that makes sense. There's good people, bad people. I don't know how hard that is to, understand. Anyway, and so I remember I had this horrible feeling. And this flying triangle, it's just the shape they make them, came in, whooshed over. I remember it whooshed over, and it started to go down. And I thought it was going to crush me on the ground. And I fell almost on my back and put my hand back and grabbed the dirt because it was, whoa, just a couple hundred feet from above me, just a couple hundred feet. And I really thought it was going to crush me. And I ran inside, and my girlfriend Sakara was in the house. This is back when me, her, and the dogs, that was only, Jake and them were living at their uncle's. And so we got the house to ourselves. So I got to know what it felt like to play husband and wife for a little bit for the first time in my life. It's just kind of cool. But anyway, so yeah, I went in, and I said, "Are you all right?" And she goes, "I got a fucking headache." And this thing was sending electromagnetic fields or some kind of some kind of weaponized, I don't know, frequency at us. It was hurting us. And I remember I got in the car, and I was so sad that we left the dogs. But anyway, we drove off, and that fucking thing followed us in our car for a while. And she never saw it. And then we only dated for 9 months, but I remember we saw another one in the middle of the fucking day. Now, they have technology to cloak the thing. So I'm sitting there outside of my girlfriend's friend's house. We're out on the second patio, on the top of a patio on the porch, like second floor. And it's clear as day, bright, sunny day, blue skies, little patches of white clouds, like little puffs of them here and there, just a few of them. And she calls me over, and I go over, and she's staring at a flying triangle. And you can see it. It just goes right over the cloud. It's just a big triangle of blue just floating right past the cloud. And it spun around and ended up flying off. So for people that don't have experience, I bet this is hard for you to handle. Stop watching fucking TV all day. Like, damn, it wasn't even that. I saw 2 of them in like 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't even that difficult. Like I said, those they say aren't aliens, spacecraft. Those ones are man-made, and there's like a whole agenda with that. I mean, for all I don't, it's crazy. For all I know, it's going to play out like an alien war is happening, and you have to take this chip. I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I don't know how stupid or crazy it's going to be when it comes out, but the aliens are already here. Already here. This video might get blocked. I might get flagged. This might get deleted. Like I said, they just deleted a comment they flagged my video and deleted a comment. I post hundreds of videos. I'm only talking to like 6 fucking people, but they'll still delete my shit. That's how silencing they are. So when you watch TV, when you scroll on Facebook, just know millions of voices are screaming out. You're not hearing any of it. Not hearing any of it at all. But little Cindy Lou Who painted something with graffiti on a window with his dad or some stuff, 550 million views, it's just, you have no idea. As long as it goes with the status quo, it's all good. But you start going outside the lines, And like I said, if I was you, I'd get a relationship with God. That way he can just chess master your life. Because if you give up your will to God, now I admit there's a lot of people that have studied the Bible who are closed-minded. Now I have training to be open-minded so I can read the Bible and other things. I'm not so brainwashed. But the Bible has so much truth in it. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy how much truth is in there. But in general, you should have an open mind in general. So like I said, aliens, Jesus, demons, all that stuff. All things that are in your movies. Think about how many movies are about aliens, thousands. How many movies are about demons, thousands. How many people believe in Jesus? Millions and millions, you know. There seems to be some kind of relevancy here with all of them. They have some kind of, they matter, you know. There isn't like Spaghetti Monster. I know there's like a joke about his flying Spaghetti Monster. There's not a lot of movies about it. It's not really, there's no real grip on reality with that thing. That just made up shit. Aliens and shit, that's real. Demons and stuff, yeah, that's real. I know these are hard topics. It's crazy that it is, though. It shouldn't be. Like, it really shouldn't be. This shouldn't be that hard of a topic for you. I'm going to go. I'm just excited to see if this video is even going to land. You know, for my 6, 10 viewers, 30 viewers. You know, I'm not bitching. If I can change one person's perspective, man, I'm doing a lot more than anybody, man. Like, there's so many famous people that are just leading people to hell. It's crazy. And it's weird. It's funny. I can see the world now. Like, what's the guy from The Lost Boys? He's the kid who says, I'm going to rip your head off and shit down your neck. You remember that kid? He used to talk about how him and the other Charlie, whatever the hell, I can't remember his name right now, but him and the other dude used to get raped by elites. And when I watched a video of him recently, he's like a narcissist, like a demon, like took over him. He was trying to speak, like you can watch videos. He wanted to talk about being raped by people. Nobody cared. And now all of a sudden he's got like 3 hookers in a fucking building. He's playing guitar and doing shows. And like, that's not a person anymore. Like, that dude is like, you could see it. It's like that soul of that person's gone. And it's like, if you don't have spiritual protection, you know, I don't care how good you are in this world, like Eminem and stuff, like those people are dead inside. You know, so I see it all the time. People go after fame and power, and they get it. Oh, they get it. I mean, they aren't they anymore. I mean, that ain't going to stop all the pain and suffering they're going to be feeling in hell when they get there. Especially for leading so many in the wrong direction. I think that's my biggest fear, is being a false prophet. Like, swear to God, I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction. So, you know, I'm not trying to, but there's a certain amount of thinking for yourself here, but there's also a certain amount of you not that smart. That's where God comes in. I'm going to go. Let's see if this video makes it. Like, subscribe. Love you guys.